Okay, so we're only a couple of turns in from where we left off, and so far I think Charger has proven his worth for his points. That cannon is a serious weapon to be contended with, and so far the anti-vehicle hostile deck has been a looming threat, but so far it hasn't been an actual threat. I'm feeling pretty good about this mission, so let's pick up where we were. And that will be my Corpsman's action. And when I do, I will draw hostiles. Now the hostile location is, or the hostile value is only 2 for the swamp. So we'll draw just 1, hopefully. Of course not. This is Rifleman. They've got 3 reticles, but they're only 1 XP. They will target my player soldier. And then the next one is a machine gun team. These guys are going to be screened by the Rifleman. They have 3 reticles as well. Not great. And they're going to target Charger. That's interesting. They have a range of 0 to 2, so they can hit him from there. So we need to get rid of the Rifleman and the machine gun team this turn. The first thing I'm going to do, well, it's not the first thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this steady aim card, and I'm going to upgun it. Take that XP from my Corpsman. That leaves me 2 on my player soldier and 2 on my tank. So that's going to let me add 4 when I declare a ranged attack, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm actually moving my soldier in here. He has a move of 2, so I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. So I'm going to discard... Actually, no, it doesn't. I'm just going to play this advance card. That's 1 card. I realize I might be holding too many cards, so let's just assume that I discarded a couple of locations. I don't know if those count as action cards once you draw them. I've never actually really wondered about that. I'll have to look that up. So I move in, and because of Gung Ho, I get a free attack. Now I'm adding 4 to my attack value because I upgunned the steady aim card. And I'm going to target the Rifleman with a hand grenade. Some of those hand grenades that we found back there at the choke point. All right, so I've got 3 7s there. That's pretty lucky. And adding 4 to that will be 11, which is also lucky. That's enough wounds to take care of the Rifleman. So they're no longer screening the machine gun team, which is targeting my Stuart tank. I'm going to get another XP for that as well. I used to forget about XP. I don't anymore. All right, so now I'm going to activate Charger, who's going to move into the choke point. And that's as far as they can go because the swamp says no vehicles. And they're going to target the machine gun team, the crew in there. They're going to use the cannon, of course. Machine gun team has a cover of 4. We're penetration 2. So the 6 will do 3 suppress on the machine gun team, but the 4 will not do any kills. Now because of that proximity keyword, it works just like spray. I got through the cover, and so I do 3 suppress. So their heads are down anyway. And they won't be attacking next turn. All right, I'm out of actions for Nelson, and I'm out of actions for Charger. Terwilliger only has 1 action left because he's down to 1 health. So let's go ahead and take his action and make an attack against the infiltrators in there. Oh, and he's going to need a 9 to hit. He does not hit, but he does suppress them. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Corpsman's action. I used 1 to play the location. I'm going to go ahead and use his other action to move. So I think that's going to end my soldier turn. And when my soldier turn ends, because I haven't taken care of those harassing force, I'm going to advance the counter. And now I'm going to do my reinforce checks. I'm going to reinforce at the stream. It has a value of 0 to 1. That's a 0. Kamikaze. Wow. This says place in targeted. And the targeted is my player soldier. Interesting enough, this also says find satchel charges. But that happens after you destroy the hostile, I believe. The infiltrators have the same thing. That's 3 XP worth of grenade or 3 RP worth of grenades that you find once they're taken out. Now the Kamikaze have penetration 1, and they're going to be targeting my player soldier. They're going to do it this turn. Let me go ahead and reinforce my other locations. I should have done the vehicle first. The other two, the swamp and the choke point, don't have reinforced values. And I'm supposed to draw one of these cards at the beginning of the reinforced step. And this one is an anti-tank rocket team. They have vehicle priority. Interesting, this says 1943 plus. So I don't know if we're supposed to go through here and remove the ones for the year or not. I don't remember ever seeing any rule that says, that that's there. That may just be there for flavor. It could be for campaigns. I'm going to go ahead and put them into play. They have vehicle priority, which means they're going to target the vehicle, if there is one, and you're going to place in targeted. So that's going to be location 4. Now they have the ranging keyword, and what that means is I can pay the XP listed after it to not have them attack this turn. Like they're trying to zero out on the target. The first couple of shots is a miss. And I think I might have to do that because they have penetration 5 and are going to do 1 wound or a 6 to 9. So I am going to take those 2 XP from Charger to have the ranging take effect so they can't attack this turn because they could outright wreck that tank. And that's one of the milder anti-vehicle units that there are. Now we're going to do our attacks for our hostiles. The infiltrators won't attack because they're suppressed. The ranging keyword was used for the anti-tank rocket team. The machine gunners are suppressed. The kamikazes are not. And the kamikazes are really interesting. They only attack at range 0. On a 4 or better, they kill. And then on a 3 or less, or a 4 or better, they also malfunction. And what that means is they're destroyed. So regardless of what happens, the kamikazes will be destroyed, and we'll find an extra satchel charge when that happens. They are targeting my player soldier. So on a 5, that will definitely get past my cover. That 10 will kill my player soldier. However, I have my lucky helmet, and this says I can expend after I suffer an attack to suffer no effect. So of course I'm going to discard my lucky helmet. The kamikazes have blown themselves up for no reason, and I now have a satchel charge to use. Alright, so that is the end of a hostile step, which means I'll remove a suppression counter from each of those units with 1. I'm going to advance the counter, and now we are looking at turn 6. And of course I have the environmental effects in play that I've got to worry about. So let's go ahead and start with the player soldier. In the swamp, it's fever 8 plus. So that 1 means I'm not feeling well. My player soldier's not feeling well. He's suppressed. So that's going to be his first action of the turn to get rid of that. Hot 6 in the choke point. So my player soldier, my non-player soldier's down, and for the tank, they're good. And then fever 4 plus in the stream. Terwilliger's good. He's wounded, but he's got a hardy constitution. Alright, so we'll remove a suppression from my player soldier. And he's going to make an attack. He's going to throw one of his mini grenades. Let me check my hand of cards here, see if I don't have any free attacks. Nope, I don't. So I'm not going to have a discard and draw this turn. But I am going to use a grenade against the machine gun team. I've got several of them because I found a few, and I have a satchel charge too. So let's go ahead and toss that grenade. That is going to be 1 kill, and then additional suppresses for getting past their cover. That did not go as well as I thought it or hoped it would, but that does happen. All right. Now I'm going to use my tank to attack the machine gun team. Oh, no, I'm not. They are obstructed, and I think obstructed keeps me from attacking if I'm not on that card. That is not the case. With an obstruction, I can't attack past it. So if I originate on one side of the obstruction, I cannot shoot to the opposite side of the obstruction, which means Charger is no good against the objective. And I've got my player soldier sitting out there swinging in the wind. So let's go ahead and have Charger use his machine gun at range 0 on the anti-tank rocket team, penetration 1. And then I needed a 6, and I've got an 8 and a 0, so that will take them out, thank goodness. Oh, wait a minute. They don't come into play. I'm glad that happened. We're going to learn this together. If you look at that team, you'll see they have that noise rating there. And what that means is you compare that to the noise value on the vehicle card. With the noise of 2 to 3 is when the rocket team will come in and target. So something with a noise value of 1 would be ignored. Something with a noise value of 4 would be ignored. I guess it's too big for them. Or a lowly Jeep wouldn't be worth their effort. So this card does not come into play. You would just discard that and not draw another one. So Charger is not making machine gun attack. He's not getting any XP. So go ahead and turn his cannon on the infiltrators behind him. So let's roll 1 die for the infiltrators. So a 5 will suppress, but 4 won't do any damage. I'm going to go ahead and have Terwilliger take a move action. He's got a move of 1, so I'm going to discard 1 card to move him to the choke point. But that way we're not reinforcing there. I will discard this sniper support card. It costs a lot to play those on this mission to pay the difference in the entrance cost. It's kind of bold, what I'm thinking. I'm going to activate the location at this time, I think. And when I do, I'm going to draw 5 points with the hostiles. Let's do that. Let's activate it. We get flankers. Now place in rearmost. And that is going to be here, I believe, where the rearmost soldier is located. Rearmost being the soldier, the rearmost soldiers are those 3. We place in their location. Just like target's rearmost is a rearmost soldier. And they are going to target Terwilliger. His number may be up. Now, unfortunately, they don't count for the objective. They only count if they're placed in the location they were drawn for. They weren't, so they're not going to count for the objective cost. So we're going to draw more. These are ambushers. Place in targeted. This is not going well. They will target. They're also going to target poor Terwilliger. All right, so we may see more of this hostile deck than I wanted to. Riflemen will go here, and they bring an event into play. This is a downpour. Currently add to the location cost. Oh, to this location, isolated and environ cold. So it was hot here, now it's cold. And of course, isolated means that targets or attacks originating from outside that location can't target that location, and vice versa. If you're in that location, you can't target out of it. And they're going to target my player soldier. So we have 1 XP worth of hostiles. Now we have 2, except we're going to place this behind rearmost, so they don't count either. Those are more harassing force. They're going to target Charger. Still 1. I know this looks like a lot of cards. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. These are holdouts. They add to the entrance cost. And I add 2 to their attack for each kill on this target. These guys are last standers. This may have been a bad time to activate the location. I was thinking I could just go in there and clear it out. That's not going to be the case. All right, so that's 3. I need 2 more. Bicycle infantry for 1. Let's see who the holdouts target. They target player soldier 2, so they're going to move during their turn. And then the bicycle infantry will target my player soldier. I need at least 1 more XP. And I get an officer. He's screened by 0 to 2. He reinforces 0 to 4. He's fearless and he inspires. And what inspire means is each hostile at that location, I'm going to remove a suppression at the beginning of the hostile phase. Who is he going to target? Maybe he wants to move away. He is going to target my non-player soldier. Actually, this may not be as bad as it looks. And the reason I say that is because almost everybody here is going to move away during the hostile phase because none of them targeting number 2 have range to number 2. So that affects my decisions for Pregerson. He is going to remain where he's at. He's out of grenades. Oh goodness, I have to pay 3 XP. When those ambushers come in, I always notice these things after the fact. I pay 3 XP or inflict 1 suppression on each soldier at that location. I don't have that. I do have 3 XP. And I am going to spend them. So they don't inflict the suppression. The soldiers there can't leave because of the flankers, and that's okay. So Pregerson has a bolt action rifle. So he is not going to be able to make more than 1 attack unless I discard a card. So let's go ahead and have him make 1 attack. He needs a 7 to hit at range 0. He got a 1, but he will do a suppress on the ambushers. And then we have Charger. And Charger has a machine gun that's pretty effective at that range. So we're going to make a machine gun attack against the flankers. There are 3 reticles there. And we could do 3 reticles worth of kills. So we'll spend Charger's action. So on a 6, we hit, and we're penetration 1, so that gets past their cover. And a 7 and 8 are going to do 2 kills. So I put those on the flankers. And see where we go from there. I'm going to go ahead and spend a card to make another bolt action attack against the flankers. The 3 will get through their cover, and the 7 will hit at that range. So that'll take them out. I'm going to get a couple more experience points to use in case we need them, and that's always a good thing. They're gone away, which is also a good thing. Looks like we've really gone through the hostile deck, doesn't it? All right, so I have 1 player action left for my player soldier, and I'm going to use it to perform a discard and draw. I'm going to keep the 1 card I have because I like it. All right, so I'm out of actions, and that is going to end the turn. The soldiers, and I have 2 ambushers in place. So I'm going to reduce the counter by 2. Now going into the hostile step, we'll do reinforce. We don't have any reinforces to do, but we are going to draw an anti-vehicle card. This is a mortar attack. We're going to roll for the vehicle. On a 3 or better, or 3 or less, it's no effect. 4 to 7 is 1 suppress, and 8 or better is 2 suppress. I haven't seen that. That's nasty. So a 6 is 1 suppress, on Charger. And I'm going to reinforce for the officer. I forgot about that. It's 0-4. And that is a mortar team. Yipe. And they're going to target my player soldier. Now, fortunately, nobody can attack outside of this location because of the downpour event. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Because once I move in, they can't reach me at that range. Now, for attacks, the ambushers or the harassing force, both of them have to maintain distance. And they're not going to move. The infiltrators are suppressed. The ambushers have 1 suppressed. That gives them 2-to-1 reticles. They're targeting Terwilliger, my squad soldier. So they're going to make an attack. On a 7 or less is a miss. 8 or better is 2 wounds. So that's a miss, but it will suppress him. The machine gun team will not make an attack. The mortar team would if it could. It can't. Neither can the bicycle team. The bicycle infantry bicycle team. The holdouts cannot attack their target because of range. So now we're going to move hostiles. The holdouts are going to move 1 toward my non-player soldier, as is the officer, and I'm glad to see him go. Now the mortar team stays, the riflemen stay, and the bicycle infantry stay. I still think that could have gone a lot worse, and I'll show you why. All right, that is the end of the hostile step. So we'll advance the timer. Time is getting critical. Then we're going to do our environmental checks. The Pacific was not friendly. And you read about that stuff, and the rain was definitely an issue. I mean, I think it was Bougainville, where they said once it started raining, it just didn't stop. It wasn't a day of rain. It was just the annual seasonal rain, and it rained for weeks and weeks and weeks. All right, so it is now the player's turn, the soldier turn. I am going to play an advance card. Play when you make a movement action when you're paying an entrance cost, and add 3 to your movement value. It's the same either way because my move is 2. As I move my player soldier in here, and when I do, because of Gung Ho, I'm really liking Gung Ho. He gets to make an attack, and so I am going to make another grenade attack. And I'm going to make it at the bicycle infantry. No, the riflemen. The mortar team is screened by the riflemen and the bicycle infantry. So I'm going to I don't know why I put that grenade on there, but I do. So I'm going to make a grenade attack against the riflemen. So we'll toss that grenade. That's only going to get 1 of them. I also forgot to remove suppression tokens at the end of the last turn. That is only going to kill 1. It'll suppress the other 2. So we're going to be sitting here. We're not going to make it. I just realized because of the timer.
There are numerous accounts of the Pacific conflict where the U.S. Marines had thought they'd cleared a position, only to find that the Japanese had simply withdrawn and reoccupied it once they were past. They were attacking them from the rear, and that's kind of what feels like happens there. I was focusing on the objective so much that I let myself get encircled. And then when I did get closer, the rain came down and completely shut us out. We ran out of time. The mortar attack on Charger didn't help my situation any. Anytime I've got to spend actions to get rid of suppression is a setback. Now, I did look to see what the next anti-vehicle hostile was in the deck, and it was a Type 94 tank. So we got a little lucky. Had we kept going, I don't know how that would have gone. So anyway, there's your look at vehicles in the Pacific. I'm going to play some more Pacific matches and get them recorded. I've got a couple of different ideas, and I hope that you'll tune in to watch them. As always, I appreciate you viewing, and if you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below or send me an email at majortomsolo@gmail.com, and we'll see you next time. Type 94 tank that was the next hostile that I checked out. You silly goose.